Now, let's take a quick look at how to update to a new version. One of the things that I noticed is that these screenshots are really big, because all I did was take a screenshot of the whole page. So, let's go back and make an edit where we'll change the file sizes to these images and then recommit it with a new version. So, let's come back into Versions, click on our main repository, and then we could select the folder and the files that we want to check out. What this does is pulls the files down off the server and gives us the permission to access them again. When you do this, you'll need to click on your main folder so that you could see the folder that you want to replace. We'll then click Check Out, and it will overwrite that folder. It's also possible to just pull down individual files and replace those. However, we're going to be changing all of these. So now let's come back into our SVN repository folder, which again is not the same as our main plugin folder. Let's go to our assets, and then we could copy in and replace these assets with the one from the project downloads folder that are a little bit better sized. I'm going to go ahead and click Replace All for these. And then when we come back into Versions, we could see that these are noted as something that needs to be updated. Before we update these, we're going to want to make a little note that we've updated our software. Now normally, for just changing some images, you wouldn't necessarily go from a .9 release to 1.0. However, that's what we're going to do in this example. To do this, we have to come back into our repository. We're going to make an update to our readme.txt file. So we'll have to go ahead and check out our trunk folder. So we'll check that out. Make sure that we name it the same name as this trunk. Check it out. And then we're going to go ahead and update our readme.txt file. The first thing we'll do is update our stable tag to 1.0. Next, we'll come down to the bottom and add to our changelog a 1.0 that says that we optimized the screenshots for the plugin WordPress.org page. After that, we'll come down into Upgrade Notice and we'll say that we updated how the plugin displays on WordPress.org. We'll switch this formatting below to match. And again, the difference between Upgrade Notice and Changelog is that Changelog can be a very extensive list of everything that you're going to do, whereas Upgrade Notice is what appears to the user telling them why they should update the plugin. Now that we've updated our plugin to 1.0 and we've updated our screenshots, what we need to do is go back into our plugin folder and create an archive for our .9 version. To do this, we'll come back into our plugin, click on Tags, and check it out. Then we'll come into our folder and create a folder named 0.9, which will store our old files. Then we could take all of our code from our trunk, copy it over, paste it into .9, and then really quickly we'll go and update our readme.txt to take out the .10 changes that we just made. Normally when you're doing this, you'll want to back everything up before you make these edits, just so it's a little bit easier and goes a little bit faster. Since these edits are small, we could do it this way, but if you're making a whole lot, this would be a lot of extra work. Now that we have everything ready, let's come back and check in our changes. When we come back in, we get a reminder of all the screenshots and the readme.txt file that we've changed. We'll go ahead and commit all of these changes back in, and we'll leave a note that says that we updated the size of the screenshots, and click Commit. We'll notice that we're still seeing a message for tags that says that something is up. So what we'll need to do is come in, and I've already done it here, but you'll need to click on Add to add these folders to be uploaded. We could then click on Commit again, put a note that we said added archive of 0.9, and click Commit. Now that we have our 0.9 version archived and our 1.0 version inside of Trunk, let's come back over to the site and refresh our plugin page. Now when we come over to our plugins page and click on Changelog, we can see that we have the 1.0 updates here, although you'll notice that my text has changed a little bit from the last slide. Working with SVN involves a little bit of a learning curve, and if you have some problems here following along, take a little time to research the topic and try it out a little bit on your own. It's a little outside of the scope to go into details on how to update your plugin using SVN, but you should have a good enough foundation now to move forward with adding your plugin to the repository and making some minor updates.